All right, so two videos on one day, keeping them both short. First one was about family and mental health. That's what the first two videos before that were about. Just keeping it all about health. I got the artificial light off, just going full natural light from the window. I'm playing around with that. But going forward, it's not just going to be a bunch of videos about, depression and mental health and just general health and stuff like that. I'm going to keep touching on those because they need to be talked about. They need to be talked about. But I'm also going to talk about other things like technology. Nikola Tesla, he was controversial, you know? Some people talk about who he was as a personal person. And I mean, he sounds like something to do with a bird. I'm not going to go into that because whether it's true or not doesn't really matter to me. I'm not looking at him for that aspect. I'm looking at him from the technological aspect, what he was doing. And not just him. I'm looking at Lewis Latimer. I'm looking at people in general. And I'm looking at the world where it's at right now and where people predicted it would be and where it should be, where it could be, and why it might not be there. I'm looking at the pyramids, what we've been told they are, what they might have been, and what else they might have been. For example, so some people speculate that there were power plants, for that time period, ancient time period, talking about going, a long time ago in history. What if they were also doomsday bunkers? You got shows out like Silos, or it's not Silos, Silo, whatever it's called. It's on Apple TV. It's actually a really good show. But I've been peeping. It's been a few different shows where they're talking about, something cataclysmic happening. Whether it be global warming eventually leading to a massive world-changing tidal wave that also leads to nuclear launch, or it'd be nuclear meltdown, whatever the case may be. People have been making TV shows and movies about this for a hot minute. Decades. What if the pyramids, when you look at how they're built, these stones that are absolutely massive, extremely dense, I mean, talk about a bunker. What it would take to break through one of those from one end to the other, just going purely through any individual stone block on the pyramid. And we're talking like Giza, those pyramids. Or you can even look over in other parts of the world where you have like the Mayans. You look at Asia. These pyramids literally everywhere. Some are more well known than others, but they're all around the world. But they are similar in construction and they're extremely durable. And I mean extremely durable. More durable than many things that we've made in modern times. Or modern technology. Why would you make something like that? There's a question of how you made it. Could have been through slave labor, like what's been depicted a million times, or could have been some other kind of way. But there's the why. I have a hard time believing it was really just to immortalize people that have passed away. Stroke somebody's oversized ego. What if they really were multi-purpose? They were tombs for very important people. They were potentially energy conductors. And they were doomsday bunkers. Like you were expecting some kind of cataclysmic event that would alter the world as you know it to happen. And this is where you took safe refuge, you and a few others, important people in your society. And then once the event was over and it was safe to come back out, through this bunker, you could essentially restart civilization, move back forward. You'd be starting over from a low point, but you'd have something to work with rather than nothing at all. Rather than humanity going extinct altogether. Again, pyramids all around the world. What were they really for? Now, this is just, a theory. It's just I don't know if you would call it educated guess, really. But I'm gonna start exploring that aspect, that topic. I'm gonna keep talking about mental health because I'm not gonna stop. More people need to be talking about it. But I'm also gonna talk about the what ifs of the world. There'll be other things as well, but those are the main things. So, yep.